Hello everyone and welcome back to another Stock Talk video. We have a lot to talk about for this coming trading week. There's also some stuff we have to discuss that happened last week. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. And with that, let's get into it. One of the first stocks we're going to talk about is an ETF, ARK. On Friday we had a pretty good sized dip. A lot of complaining and moaning about people losing profits on Friday, both on Reddit and StockTwits. It was a pretty overall red day for the market. We did see a red candle on ARK. We got a red candle right here, although we have not broken the SMA. We also see a possible bearish divergence here on the MACD and a decreasing RSI. Now, just because the MACD looks like it's about to touch does not necessarily mean that it is. We got some close calls back here around December 3rd and some red candlesticks here as well, as you can see. However, the uptrend continued on. With this though, with the inauguration on Wednesday, there's a fear of possible unrest, so the market may stagnate or dip slightly until we get confirmation whether or not there is social unrest in the United States. So expect possible sideways action or a slight downtrend. If this does in fact downtrend, I would hope that the $135 zone would be a line of support, so hopefully it hits this and maybe hopefully bounces back up. Typically ARK doesn't go sideways for very long. There is some sideways action right here, but typically it doesn't go sideways for very long. So I'm hoping the $135 or even this $124 zone shows some support and then bounces back and continues to the upside. Now moving on to Upwork. We saw a beginning of what looks like to be a small downtrend or dip right here on the 15th. Hopefully if we do bounce down, we'll see some zones of support right here. This would be, I imagine, the zone of support if we do bounce back up. I don't think it would dip lower than this zone. It's shown that we got some sideways price action here in early December, and then we got a strong bounce here in early January 5th area. So I'm hoping that this small downtrend will at least dip into this $34-$32 zone here, and then we can hopefully get a buy signal right here and then move on up hopefully. And up next is NIO. NIO's definitely taking a dip and looks like a formation of a downtrend. Got a bearish MACD divergence. RSI is also dipping as well. I believe these will be the lines of support. The $47 to $43 zone would be our support line. Something to watch out for. So if we see some dip, then hopefully a bounce. And keep in mind, sometimes stop at the zone of support and trade sideways. So something to keep in mind. Just because it hits the zone of support doesn't mean you should buy. I mean, you can, but what I tend to do is when it hits a zone of support and if we see a strong bounce, then I buy in. Moving on to one of my favorite stocks, Tattooed Chef. This one has a lot of hype. Unfortunately, it looks like we're heading towards an uptrend, and we got some resistance here at the all-time high of around 2760. We got rejection, and now it looks like it's beginning a downtrend. MACD is very weak. It looks like there's about to be a bearish convergence. If we do see a downtrend, maybe this $24 zone would be a line of support, and then I wouldn't be surprised if you saw some sideways price action, and then hope to get a bounce up to the upside and retest this $27 zone. I also see the $23 zone right here as a possible line of support as well, and then get some bounce back and then retest this $27 zone, and hopefully we can get to $33 eventually. I know retail sales might have hurt it a little bit. There was some bad retail sales December, and that hurt the retail space a little bit. But I think that will pass, and we will continue to go to the upside. I have great confidence in the stock doing well. So keep an eye on lines of support, and then a bounce back and signs of an upwards trend. Moving on to SBE Switchback Energy, we were getting a upwards pattern of this wave and bouncing around this channel. We were hoping for a bounce here, and it looked like we were getting an uptrend, but then we got some resistance on this line, about $45, and then we got rejected, and it looks like it's going to go to the downside here. I'm hoping this zone is where we find support here, and we get a bounce back. There's a possible, of course, to go sideways, but I'm hoping it will bounce back in this zone around $37, and then hopefully it might retest this upwards trend and hopefully it breaks through it and continues up into the pattern. Some people have said this is a head and shoulders, like a shoulder there, head and shoulder, but I still think that we hopefully will find some support in this zone right here, this $37 zone, then continue back to the upside, or I see it going sideways as well, if not. Now moving on to one of my other favorite stocks is Sunrun, ticker symbol RUN. We had a really good uptrend. I hope some of you bought here, because there was a good profit going up to this area. Let's see what it was. It was, because I bought here, it was a good profit, about 30, depending on where you sold, 29%. So it was a good healthy profit, I will say. There is a clear downtrend, however, right now. We got some rejection on the $95 zone. I believe the $79 zone could be some support in this area. We had some sideways price action at this level, and we can possibly see a bounce right here around the $79 zone, and hopefully back to the upside. It's very volatile. It's either going up or down, not too much sideways price action. There was some here and right there at this top, but lately it's been either up or down and not much sideways price action. So I'm hoping it bounces on the 79 and then continues to the upside. Of course, the $66 zone can be a zone of support as well, and which would be a nice discount, and then continues back to the upside and maybe goes sideways a little bit and then continues to the upside. But I foresee, given the incoming administration's focus on clean energy, I can see this stock doing well. And I added a bonus stock, or in this case an ETF, PBW. This is one of my favorite stocks. Very easy to trade. You can see the clear uptrends, cleared sideways trends. This was a little bit of a fake out. However, there is no confirmation on the MACD, so take that into account. But there is clear uptrends. Get a sign right here. RSI is in the fair value. This is one of the easier ETFs, I think, to trade, along with ARK that we went over earlier. However, there's got some red candlesticks here, and it looks like it's going to go to the downtrend a little bit. I think the 109 to 103 will find a zone of support, and then hopefully continue its uptrend back to the upside. And if it gets really ugly, it will go down to the $89, which would be a good discount, to be honest, because I foresee, again, with the incoming administration, clean energy doing well. And of course, we got some bearish convergence, we got bearish divergence on the MACD and a downwards RSI. So this is definitely, I think, it's going to go to downside here starting next week, regardless if we see social unrest or not. But I do see it continuing back to the upside due to the incoming administration's goals regarding climate and whatnot. And that does it for this video. If you like what you've seen here, please like and subscribe. And until next time, thank you.